Jeez, where does the time go? It's almost the end of the year already? Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizard of the Reads, and as always guys, I'm Andrew, and today guys, I got another book tag for you, but before we get to that book tag, make sure you're liking and subscribing, and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that said guys, this is the end of year book tag. It's kind of the staple to put out right before the end of the year, give you a couple months buffer to kind of talk about your end of the year plans. This is my first time doing this tag because the channel is not yet a year old, but I do remember back when I was a lurker, I watched this last year on Murphy's channel, and then last week I saw Abby put hers out, and so I was just like, well, I guess it's time to do this tag. And it's not a super long tag, it's only about 6 questions, and so let's just jump right on into it. Got the computer and the prompts right over here. So number 1, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? Yeah, I do have a couple. Specifically, I was part of Alan's Feb Rising, I think is what he called it, which is they were reading the Red Rising books, all of them this year. And I read all the way through Iron Gold? Yeah, Iron Gold. And I just never continued Dark Age. Like, I just never picked it up. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a massive book. But, like, I read Iron Gold, and then I was like, okay, I'm good. And just never continued. Like, I don't hate the series. I actually really enjoy Red Rising. If you can see this is Red Rising like stuff on my shelf. And so I still need to get into Dark Age. I have been meaning to finish this out for months. Like, I keep looking at it going, oh yeah, I'll read it this month. No, I won't. I'm lying to myself. And then I have one more City Watch book left in this Discworld collection, and that is Snuff. I read Thug last month, and I am sad that this is the last one, but all good things must come to an end. I am going to, of course, continue reading Discworld, but I am hoping to wrap up this series this year, specifically the City Watch collection. Alright, that means it's time for number 2. Number 2, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Now, I don't really do the whole seasonal book thing. Like I was like sitting here scratching my head, just going, what could I possibly put here? And I decided that I'm currently reading 2 Green Angel Tower, Part 1 and 2. And I think that this fits pretty well because it does a whole lot of seasonal changes and dealing with the seasons within Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, through supernatural means, of course. But it's got a very wintry vibe to it, but at the same time, like, at the end of the book, it gets a more, like, spring and autumnal, and you get a lot of season changes here into Green Angel Tower. So, at times, you get, like, a more autumnal feel, and then at times, it's, like, autumn going into winter. At times, it's going in winter going to spring. Obviously, this book is massive. Yes, Part 1 and 2 in mass market paperback. I promise you, if you have this in the trade collection or the hardcover, it is one book, but in mass market, it's huge. So that's my answer for this one, because I didn't have anything better to choose from. Alright, is there a new release I am still waiting for? There's actually 2 that I'm still waiting for. In a couple, actually by the time this video comes out, Reaper will have already dropped, which is the 10th book in Cradle, and I am currently getting ready to read Bloodline. And then also the Fall of Babel, which is the 4th and final book in the Books of Babel. I am currently caught up on the series, and I am super excited to get into all of these great books. Alright, number 4. I guess we're already on number 4. That was fast. Did I skip some? New releases. Started the Need to Fish. No, we are on number 4. Alright, are there 3 books that I want to read before the end of the year? Yes, there are. So, I got this as a gift from one of my patrons. It's The Last Watch by J.S. Dews. This is a sci-fi. It's kind of like Game of Thrones. The Watch verse meets like outer space or something. I don't know a whole lot about it. I follow the author on Twitter, and yeah. So I want to get to this because I'm kind of intrigued. It sounds really, really interesting. Then there's one, again, I follow this author on Twitter and won a Twitter giveaway. That's going to be Paladin Unbound by Jeffrey Spite. Like I said, I won this. It's super short. It's like lit RPG, D&D based. So I'm super interested in that. And I really, really want to get to that as well. And then I am doing a buddy read for this in, I think, November or December. November? December? I'll have to check. But with Chase from Chase's Book Thoughts, The Shadow of What Was Lost, I have been wanting to read this for over a year and a half now. And other books just keep jumping the line. That said, guys, like, if I can get to even one of these books, I will be thoroughly pleased. All right, so number 5. Is there a book that you still think could be your favorite book of the year? I decided to just go with a pick for this. I've already read so many fantastic books this year that I think that's some pretty stiff competition. And so for me, I'm going to go with The Grey Bastards, the first book in the Lotlands by Jonathan French. I have no idea. I know it's grimdark, it's mercenaries, and it's half-orcs. That said, will this hit my top of the year? I don't know. I've read so many fantastic books this year, I honestly could not say. But that means it's number 6, The End. Have you already started making reading plans for next year? Kind of, sort of. I've got a few January series already lined up, books and series that I'm planning on starting. If you're asking if I have a specific TBR, the answer is no. I'm not that well thought out. Like, I know some people who do spreadsheets and be like, I'm going to read these 10 books in January. No, like, a lot of my TBR is like mood reading. I'm like a mood/structured reader. And so a lot of my reading is just like, oh, what do I feel like starting? Let's look at what I haven't read before. And then I just put that into a TBR. And then depending on how that reading month goes, I can change or do stuff with that. And for that reason, I'm not the best at planning. I should probably start keeping a calendar or something to like schedule live shows and buddy reads and just keep track of all that. But in terms of like setting out my reading, be like, that's what I'm gonna read. No, I don't do that. But guys, that is the end of your book tag. And this is, like I said, a lot of channels do this. This isn't particularly a tag that you tag people in, so I will not be tagging anybody in particular to partake in this tag. But let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of my answers, and I would love to see your versions of this tag. So yeah, I look forward to seeing them. We do have a tag channel in the Wizardly Do It Discord, which you can find in the description down below. Just click on in, jump on in, and you can start doing tags in that channel or just doing general discussions with us. We would love to have you there. Or if you want to support the channel on a more regular basis, you can go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon. Your support is always appreciated. And that said, guys, till next time, peace out, stay magical, bye. And as always, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons.